today we have a video here of someone talking about how they landed a sales job with no experience. They're going to be telling their story. They're going to be giving tips, and we are going to see if there's anything useful we can pull out of this video. We're going to see what type of sales job he got and if there's anything relevant for remote high ticket sales. I'm not going to ramble on too much here. Let's just jump right into it. Let him get started.
Guys, Trent here. I get so many messages from you guys daily asking, Trent, how do I get into sales with no experience? Most likely you're still in college and looking to find your dream sales job, or you decided to pursue another career path such as finance, consulting, something else, and you decided, hey, I want to make the big bucks and I want to get into sales. I'm confident if you watch until the end of this video, I will give you everything you need in order to make that dream a reality and get your dream sales job despite having no sales experience. As a commitment to yourself, and it would also help me, smash the like button below, and that is step one to finding your dream sales job. The next thing I want you to think about is that we just reached 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I cannot thank you guys who have been long-term viewers enough for your support. Check out my most recent video talking about how I built this community up and how you can get a sales job despite having no experience. It's a misconception. A lot of people think, hey, I got into customer service, I'm doing this retail sales job, I'm doing something else, but I don't have any technical sales experience and I want to get into software sales. I want to get into some sort of high ticket sales so that I can make a lot of money. Let me break down the exact process I followed to get a high paying software sales job. But first, let me explain to you my background. I tell this story a lot, but I just wanted to paint the picture of what your life can look like in the next 3 to 5 years. I graduated in 2018 from Ohio University. I didn't know anyone in the tech industry. I had no past sales experience. I had no internship experience. All I had was a little bit of student involvement and a dream to get a technology sales job in a big city. I grew up in Ohio and I always wanted to leave. I ended up getting hired at a really fast growing tech company that just IPO'd recently, so I picked the right company. I was making $50,000 year one out of college. Fast forward 2.5 years later to today, and I'm making $131,000. I like to share that because I've almost 3x my income in less than 3 years by finding myself in the right situation in the right sales job. It can be incredibly lucrative, and the first thing you need to know in order to find your sales job is ask yourself why. Why do you want to get into sales? Is it to make a lot of money? Is it to get in a profession that you control your outcomes, you control your career progression simply based on performance? Is it because you want to have more autonomy, you want to be your own boss per se? Those are some of the reasons people.
And a why is huge because sales jobs are hard. They take a lot of work. And I see a lot of people come into the industry because they think it's going to be easy, because they think it's going to be a walk in the park, because they think it's going to be a simple, straightforward, easy way to just make six figures. I think sales jobs are simple, but not easy. It's going to take work, and you need a strong why outside of the fact that, oh, it's an easy way to make money that's actually going to keep you in it, allow you to spend the time to develop the skills that's required to actually see the income without the grind and hustle that you pretty much were sold on as to why you're getting into this industry. A strong why is huge.
People commonly get into sales. I have a friend that's super smart. He works at a bank. He's been there about 3 years. He makes an okay amount of money, but he says, hey, I want to get into sales. I want to get into a fintech company. I want to do that because I understand it. And the reason why most people want to switch from their current role to sales is because eventually you get capped. Eventually you find yourself in a job that the only way you can promote is either by office politics or by having a certain tenure in the job. So for example, JP Morgan, I have friends who work there. You need to be in the role for X number of years before you're even eligible to promote. That's whack, that's outdated. You need to be working for a progressive, fast-growing technology company, not even fast-growing, but just a technology company, or a great sales job in general. Some other great sales jobs, a realtor, you're pretty much your own boss. You could work in medical sales, pharmaceutical sales. That's really great as well. But if you show up and you perform, you will be paid handsomely. And number two, you will control your own career progression. So first and foremost, ask yourself why you want to get in sales. Number two, you have no experience. So figure out how do you parlay your existing skill set or your existing non-sales experience to become and to appear to be more favorable and change the narrative in the eyes of the recruiters. A common example I like to say is if you were a waiter or waitress, you have no past sales experience, but you have customer service experience. Change the narrative. Change it from, yeah, I have no past sales experience, to, hey, I had this customer service related job. I know that at your organization, you guys are focused on your customers.
Massive piece of advice here. Let's finish hearing what he's going to say before I say something on it.
Recognize that sometimes things will come up that I didn't cause the problem, but I have to solve it. And based on this unique experience, I'm equipped to help you guys solve this. I want to help you grow your business. Ask yourself, what existing skills do you have?
So a lot of people do this. They come to me and they say, hey, I don't have any sales experience. What can I say? How can I present myself? What do I put in the intro video? All of these things. And what I hear them do on interviews, when I hear them either do interview mocks or when they actually have recordings of their interviews, or when they're telling me what they would say on an interview, they often will say, even in the intro videos, like they'll say lines like, even though I don't have experience, even though I don't have this, even though I don't have that. And you don't want to spend time focusing on what you don't have and what you can't do. Focus on taking what you do have, the experience you do have, and presenting it in the best light and saying why it's a good fit, saying why it makes you relevant, saying why it has given you the skills required to be a solid rep. Instead of being like, even though I don't have the sales experience, I blah, 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 just be like, hey, my experience in this has helped me in my sales career. My experience in this has made me a great rep. And my experience in this has made me a great communicator. My experience in this has made me able to understand people on a deeper level, which has helped me a ton in my sales career. Even if you're brand new to sales, even if you're getting into it for the first time, talk about it as if you already are a sales rep. Don't talk about the transition. Don't talk about how you're brand new to this. Don't talk about how now you're getting started. Now you want to transition into this. Now you want to talk about yourself as if you already have the skills, because business owners want to hire people that are going to come in and are going to produce. They don't want to be your first shot. They will be your first shot if you can convince them that with your communication skills, you are a good bet. But you going in and saying, hey, I'm looking to try, I'm getting ready, I want to try to transition into this. I know I don't have this, but I'm looking to do this. No business owner wants to hire you based off of that. Let's keep listening.
Need to have any sales experience. You just need to figure out how can you change the narrative and massage whatever existing skill set or experience you have, change the narrative in the eyes of the recruiter. So prior to your interview, research what are the company values and how does your past experience embody that? Even if you don't have sales experience, you have life experience. So ask yourself, how can you parlay that experience and talk about it in the light of the company values? Research what is important to the company. And we're going to get into this in a moment, but what is important to the company and how are you going to contribute to the growth? If you're enjoying this content, guys, if you're still with me, please hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. I make daily sales videos. This is day 62 or 63 in a row of consecutive videos. Your support means the world to me, and I'm dedicated to continuously bringing value each and every day. The next thing I need you guys to know to find your sales job with no experience is you've asked yourself, why do you want to get into sales? You've started to brainstorm, how does your non-experience, how are you going to change the narrative to appear to be more favorable in the eyes of the companies you want to work for? Next is you need to identify who are the companies you want to work for? What are the opportunities that you want to pursue? You only have so much time in a day, so you cannot apply to everything. You cannot talk to everyone. But what you can do is take massive action. My goal, and I wrote it down, and you need to write it down too, my goal was to get a tech sales job out of Ohio. That was the only criteria. Ask yourself, what is your desired outcome? Is it to get a sales job? Is that it? Then write it down. And then figure out where you want to live, and then start researching who are the top companies that you would be proud to work for, that you would be proud to share to your friends and your family. Hey, I work.
And this is one good thing, is going after job posts is good, but what's even better is going after companies, right? Especially if you want the best of the best roles out there. Research companies. Look at your career like an entrepreneur would look at how they would find prospects. They're trying to find the best clientele. You selling your sales service, you're looking for the best clientele. Job posts are great. Job boards are great. Working with recruiters is great. All of that stuff is great. But one of the best ways to land jobs as well is search for companies directly. Go online, research companies, use our platform RepSelect, look at the companies, look at the research that we post on the companies. You can work with the recruiters there too, but use it as a place where you can find companies and then start targeting people at those companies, reach out to people at those companies to land roles with them. Don't just only solely rely on job posts. Solid advice there if you do that.
For XYZ company, go find 10 companies that fit that mold. Don't just go on LinkedIn. This is what I did. I would go into LinkedIn and you can do the quick apply. Apply through just putting your LinkedIn URL. That's quick, that's easy. You'll get some bites, but it's not gonna be lasting and you're probably gonna find yourself in a non-favorable situation. Do your research, especially if you don't have a job. You have nothing better to do than go do your research, especially if you're in college. If you're in an existing job that's non-sales, then you probably have less time, but you can spend your evenings like me. I don't watch TV, I don't have leisure time because I make these videos. Do your homework and find the top 5 to 10 companies in your desired area you want to live at. Are you currently in the city you want to live at, or do you want to move to Nashville? Google who are the fastest growing companies in Nashville. Who are the top funded technology companies in Nashville? Whatever it is, who is the CNBC top 100 disruptor list? Where are those companies based out of? Do they have any satellite offices where you want to work out of? Find your list of 10 companies you want to work for. That's what you got to do first. Next is you need to start applying. These companies will have offices in these different areas. Every company's objective is to grow. It is to accelerate revenue. It is to expand headcount. And the best way for an organization to grow is to have a strong go-to-market force. That means growing their sales presence so you can contribute to that. So ask yourself, how are you going to contribute to that? And where can you find yourself in that company? Where's the opportunity at? Figure out where they're hiring at. And then once you figure that out, start researching on LinkedIn. Who are the sales managers at that location? Those sales managers will be the people, the teams you'll eventually join. So send a quick LinkedIn message. Hey, your background's impressive. I would love to work for your company. Can I pick your brain briefly? Or don't even ask for the time. Just say, what do you think is going to be most important as I think about applying? They want to see you get hired. They want to grow their teams. They want to fill it with quality candidates. So if you believe in yourself and you believe you're a quality candidate, then take that step and reach out to these people proactively. Also, reach out to people who are in that existing role. I get so many messages from you guys on LinkedIn. Feel free to hit me up anytime. And you say, yeah, Trent, I'm thinking about applying to Qualtrics, or hey, I'm getting in software sales. What do you think is important? And I'm happy to respond anytime. Most people are happy to respond. Most people want to pay back and pay it forward. They will help you. So start doing your networking by talking to these people. It will help you with the information you need to apply to that role, but it will also help you in your interview because you can say, yeah, I reached out to Sally Sue and she told me this was important. It shows proactiveness and it shows that you care. So go and do that. Next, when you're actually doing your interviews, do your research. And I know this sounds simple, but a lot of you won't do it. If the company is public, go read their S1, go read their 10K. If they're not, go research who is the CEO, how did the company get founded, what are their core values, what are their principles, what do they care about? Figure all that out and then massage your unique experience, parlay that past non-sales experience, and talk about how you are uniquely qualified to come in and add value to that company, guys.
And you want to do that all throughout the interview process, especially when you get on that interview. Almost every question, I'm not going to say every single one, but almost every question they ask you should be buttoned up with why it makes you a good fit for the company. And if you have information, if you've researched them, if you look them up, if you know about them, if you show that you have some care about going into not just any organization, but that specific organization, if they can sense that, your chances of getting hired go way, way, way up.
That's the bottom line. If you can help a company grow, if you can help them attract talent, if you can help them mitigate risk, if you can help them decrease cost, they're going to bring you on board and they'll pay you whatever you want. So it starts with believing in yourself, following these steps, and then eventually you'll find yourself in your dream sales job with no sales experience. There's no secret sauce here. It's just going to require massive action from you. So I know a lot of you guys are looking for what are the specific steps I can take. This is an outline that you can follow, but just know that nothing's going to happen unless you take massive action, unless you start.
and it's honestly, I'm gonna end it there for this one because it's about to end anyway. But he's so right, dude. It's like massive action will beat it out. At the end of the day, there's people that get great jobs just from spray and pray. There's people that get great jobs just from, you know, targeting companies and going all in on a select few. The commonalities between them both is massive action. If you don't care, if you're just trying to get anything, you could just apply to everything. If you care about getting the best roles and only the best roles possible, you can speak to everyone at 5 or 6 different companies and then go from there. Both of them require a ton of work. Both of them will eventually get you hired. So at the end of the day, if you put in the work, you'll start to see results. Don't be afraid of the monotonous. Don't be afraid of the boring work. It's not going to be sexy. It's not going to be fun. Reaching out, sending LinkedIn requests, shooting emails, cold calling them. It's not going to be the most exciting, life-changing work, but it works. So do it. Hopefully that helps. See you guys in the next video.